Hey everybody, T.O. from Art Geek Teaching. Today we're going to look at putting decorative foil on a frame. Coming up. Okay, so what I have here is a thrift store find that a friend gifted to me, and I actually really like the frame. This is a 16 by 20 opening. It's a pretty well made frame, as you can see. It was probably a fairly expensive frame, but it's pretty well beat up. So what I'm going to do is take it to the wood shop, and I'm just going to sand it. I'm going to use my palm sander. You could just sand it with this, and that would work just as well. But I want to do it fairly quickly, and so I'm going to take it out there, get that done, and then I will come back and I'll throw some black paint on it before we foil it. Here we go. Okay, got this guy done, and now I'm just going to wipe it down again. I blew it off in the wood shop, but you can see there'll be plenty of grit and grime on there from sanding. Take one more paper towel. You could leave it just like this, even. I know it's kind of a nice patina. The image that I have for this, though, is that fox that we did last week, and it wouldn't look very good in it like this. So, in fact, black would probably be best, but I want to do some experimentation with the foil. So, I'm gonna go ahead and squirt this dude down. Black or dark brown would probably work. Actually, why don't I go dark brown? I think we can use some raw sienna or burnt umber here, rather. Need a big brush. Foam brush would actually do very nicely. Is this good? Yeah, this is good. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Maybe. I'm gonna have to get a different brush. Roller might actually work better. Leave that in. Okay. I have to put a couple coats on here, it looks like, which is a major bummer. I really wanted to get this done. It's all right. Piece of cake. It probably would not even have to be solid, to be honest with you, but I'll just go ahead and give it two decent coats. Dry that. I'm going to dry it with a hairdryer. I really want to get this done. I don't want to be here forever. So I'm going to dry it with a hairdryer, and I'm not going to totally dry. I'll just let it tack up. And once it's tacked up, then I can put the last coat on it. All right, here we go. I've changed my mind. Shocker. I am going to move on with black. So we're just gonna paint this black again. It does not have to be perfect. A tiny bit of water here. Too much. Too much water. Dang it, Jim. So yeah, just want to go ahead and move on with black. Get this thing covered up. I just wanted more coverage than what the brown was going to give us again. I didn't want to have to do 3 coats. And it doesn't matter a lot because, you know, there's, I mean, I don't know how much of it shows through, I guess, from the foil, is what I'm trying to say. Some of it may, but we'll see. I could get done with this and say, oh man, should have left it brown. In which case, we'll put a note in the journal and we'll know for next time. Okay, this is all dry. Got everything cleaned up from that. Move this out of the way. We are just going to open this up, stir it, and put a generous coat on and let it dry for at least an hour, and then we'll come back and do our foiling. We do want to make sure we get this stirred up really well though. So, clean on the bottom. It will go on white, which is nice. It'll tell me or help me to recognize where I have been and where I have not, what areas I may have missed. It will dry clear and it will stay tacky until we put our foil on. So if you can't get back to it in an hour, that's not a problem. It will not dry or cure. It'll stay tacky until you put your foil on it. All right. Here we go. Okay, you can see it's kind of has the consistency of maybe Elmer's glue or something, school glue. You can add just a touch of water if you need to. I'll make sure I get all of everything. Okay, we should be good. Okay, just in case this did not record before, this is tacked up. I have cut my foil in half because this is 3.5 inches. There's an inch on the side and an inch on the other side. So that means that it's going to be 5.5 inches. And so I'm hoping I have enough. But I'm going to use this to burnish it. And we're going to put the white color down. So I am going to try. I got to make sure I leave myself enough. There we go. Yep. And I hope we have enough to do this whole thing. That would be a bummer if we don't. Alright, so I think what we'll do is pull this out of there. Okay, I'm satisfied with this. Again, not what I was looking for, but I kind of think it's cool. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna leave all the flaws just like they are. It's kind of cool. And so to finish it off, I'm just gonna put a coat of polyurethane on it. And I was looking for my polyacrylic. So that's what I'm going to try to find rather than this, but let me look real quick. Okay, so I found my polyacrylic as opposed to my polyurethane. Either one would work, but I kind of want the finish that you get from the polyacrylic. It's actually my favorite. So we're just going to crack it open, stir it up, and put it on there. Easy pie. Oh, probably easier if you don't spill it all over yourself. Make a mess already. Dang it. And make sure it's all mixed, of course, from the bottom. Make sure there's no... Yeah, I see it. A lot of times I'm tempted to buy bigger because it's cheaper by the ounce, you know, per ounce I should say. And then I end up you know, so much of it just goes to waste. So, okay. I really kind of don't want this stuff in here. Let's get it out so I can not seal my lid on. Okay. This stuff is awesome. Goes on super easy, doesn't take very much. You'll see, you saw how much I put on there. You gotta really make sure that you go back and just make sure it's not going to run on you, because it doesn't take a lot. This really works well with a foam roller. I just didn't have a foam roller handy. Put it on with brush, roller, whatever works best for you. Again, just make a couple passes through to make sure that you are not going to be leaving any drips. That's the only thing that will kind of ruin it. This stuff is super cool. Okay, I am just going to put this image in this frame. This is the frame we finished. I like it. Actually, before I do that, I should probably make sure it looks okay. And that panel's really bowed. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I like it. It's okay. I have to change my wire around. That's not a big deal. And so I just have a point driver here. These work really, really well. In fact, my favorite tool for actually mounting images into a frame. And I'm going to put more points in here than I normally would, just because this thing is bowed so much. And you know, you could, maybe I will actually, you could gesso the back. In fact, that's what I think I'll do, just to help it kind of lay a little more flat. So anyway, there you have it. Done deal. No glass. I usually don't do glass, at least, you know, for paintings and so forth. So I'm going to just show you real quickly. I'm going to try to stay away from the edges. Actually, that's a bad idea. I'm just going to tape the edges here. Okay, I'm not really trying to do a good job on this or anything. This literally is only to try and help it stay a little more flat. A lot of times I'll do this before, but now that it's flattened in there, I just don't want to get any gesso on the side of the frame or anything. I guess it wouldn't be a huge deal, but all right. The only thing I have left is I'll reposition this, go up here.